Hey, psst. Hey, over here. Have you ever been in the attic? I know some people have been in the attic, some of the deacons, the audiovisual guys, but have you ever been in the attic? A lot of people have not been in the attic. By the way, happy Sabbath. Welcome to Willowdale. But since we're in this time when you can't be in there, we might as well see some other parts. So if you haven't been in the attic, come on in. Got to turn on the light. And then if you're tall, if you're short, this is not a problem. If you're tall, this is a problem. Get the next light. So in here we have the one furnace of our 13 air exchanger furnace things. This is the one that we might be able to salvage way back in here. That we might not have to get replaced. The rest of them are all pretty well shot. But anyways, come up here. It's an interesting place, the attic. Now, in the wintertime, this place is ridiculously cold. Oh my goodness, it's freezing, which is why, well, I'll show you down here. So we have some of our furnaces and things are over way down by the edge over there. There's random boxes and stuff that comes along here. There's the manger is up here. These are the things that are supposed to cool the sanctuary, but half of them aren't working. If you look over here, you see the original outside roof of the church, the original church, before this whole section was added in the 80s. So you got a duct underneath these air ducts. Always an interesting place. Lots of felt boards and interesting things. Random doors. There's a giraffe here. We're not sure why we don't feed her, but anyways, that's maybe why she fell down. And you can walk all the way back here. Now back over behind in there is where we had our third flood, because somehow when the new bathrooms were built in 2007, they forgot to cover the top of between the bathrooms where all the piping was. So it's so cold up here in the winter. So all that cold air went down. It's amazing it didn't happen before that. That was our third flood. And then there's an interesting thing here. You got to watch your step here. There's this interesting room here, which hard to, and thank you to the deacons who went back in there and fixed all that stuff. It's hard to crawl through the rafters back over there, but there's this interesting mystery room. There's no door to this room up here. We've even got noodles for some reason, in case you want to go swimming. This mystery room, nobody seems to know what it's there for. I think maybe it's the place where they put expired pastors or something. Maybe retired, expired, or bad pastors get put in that room, and maybe there's no way out. We don't know why there's a room there or what's in it. Maybe there's $1 million. Who knows? Anyways, let's come on down to this side. So this is very freezing in here in the winter. And in the summertime, it's just the opposite. It's like a foretaste of eternal punishment in here. It is so hot. The poor guys, when they be in there trying to work on the furnaces, crawling way down over there, they can last about 15 to 20 minutes and they come out just drenched in sweat. It's a very hot place. But there's an interesting aspect to this right now. For those of you that have never been in the attic, we've got all kinds of things, Christmas wreath, random flowers. We've got a air exchange thing here that, whoops, our microphone cord is caught. We have an interesting thing here that in the summer at least pushes some air through. But I wanted to show you something. We've even got palm trees up here. But an interesting aspect, if I'll just take the camera, I can show you right now, is you actually right now from the attic can look down into the youth chapel. How can we do this? Anyways, maybe you can see. That is down into the youth chapel. So because of all the water that came in, they had to tear out some of the ceiling and the insulation here. So you get a little bit of I could crawl back there, but it would take a while to crawl through all the rafters and get myself over there. But you get an interesting view of the youth chapel you don't normally get from above. Anyways, we don't need to be in the attic. Where we really need to be is in the sanctuary, because we're here to worship again. Continuing COVID times, continual shutdown that we have, but we're still doing our virtual services. We're still wanting to try to remain connected with each other. Even though we have to be distant from one another, we don't want to be apart. So welcome to church again. Let's enjoy a good Sabbath wherever you are. Hopefully it's a little more comfortable than this attic, and let's worship God together today.